Hey YouTube, and today is a review day, and the tobacco I'm reviewing today was given to me in a yabo by Giovanni Definitely One. Very good YouTuber. I'll put a link to his channel obviously down below, and it's very good. But one of the tobaccos he sent me in his yabo was one I'd really love to try, and I was very lucky enough he sent me, and it is Seattle Pipe Club's plum pudding. He sent me a nice sample, says what it is, and what can I say about this tobacco? Well, overall, I'd say it was a very well balanced pipe tobacco, and it has some very nice flavours going on. Some people say the Cavendish is cased in it, but I don't think so. I think it's where it combines with the sweetness of the Virginias, and you get a sort of amalgamation of flavours which comes through very nicely. It tastes like a very natural sweetness. But as I've spoken of the contents, I'll tell you what they are. Well, in this tobacco they are Cavendish, Virginia, Latakia, which in this case I think is a Cyprian, and some Orientals, which again I think may be Turkish but maybe Macedonian. It's hard to tell. I'm not quite there yet with distinguishing between the two that confidently, but I'm quite good at it. I'm getting better at it. And a touch of puddig. Well, first of all, I'll put this down and let's have a smell. Well, the cut is a crumble cake, and here's the cake itself. This one is partial. It's a very nice composition. It looks quite attractive as a cake, and it's quite dark with some few light specks in it, and all in all I think it's quite an attractive tobacco crumble cake. It was quite tough first of all, but let it warm in your hand a little bit, break a piece off, let it warm in the hand, and I found it crumbled easier that way. You get that sweetness come through, but it's not overly sweet, and you get that latakia, but it's not overwhelming. You can smell other things as well. A touch of spiciness, and it reminds me of a slight earthiness, a subtle earthiness with some a touch of leather, maybe chamois leather. Yeah, it's a good level of spiciness in this. It's not overwhelming. You don't get any grassy tones from the Virginias, but I didn't expect that. And it has something I can't quite put my finger on it as. A subtle herbiness with that touches of spice. Very pleasant. And what's it smell like once you've crumbled it? You get a touch more of the Orientals come through in the rubbed out crumble cake. And it smells a touch more spicy. Now when you light it, which I will relight this, as always I'm halfway through. Now when I first lit this, as you were lighting a fresh bowl, I noticed the Virginias did come through quite well at the beginning, and then you felt and tasted the Latakias come in as well. Then as the bowl warmed up, I noticed the Latakias and the Orientals became more prominent. But you still noticed the Virginias and the Cavendish in the background. But you didn't get much of the Perique coming through. Now you get a nice level of creaminess to the smoke. It's not over the top. I think the balance is just about right. And it has a nice mouth feeling. Mmm. Oh, that's better. I'm still getting over a bit of a cough at the moment. Hmm. Yes, I'm definitely noticing the Latakias and the Orientals are playing off well with each other, with the Virginias and the Cavendish more in the background now. But they are still showing, and I'm still not really getting a lot of Perique. And as I said, I'm nearly halfway through this bowl. You get the feeling it's there, but it's not prominent. I've got a feeling that if it wasn't there, there'd be some flat spots in the flavour profile of this tobacco, and it's kind of filling them in and making it more balanced. I think you'd notice if it wasn't there more, but it's not super prominent. Then this is made by Seattle Pipe Club, who make the Mississippi River, and I don't think this gets quite as much attention as the Mississippi River, but also it's more available. It's very good quality tobacco. Mm. I've noticed now I'm getting a slight touch of Perique in the aftertaste rather than the smoke itself. All in all, I'd say it was a very good quality tobacco and worth buying. I'd say give it a go. It's very nice. You won't be disappointed by Seattle Pipe Club's plum pudding. Now, as always, I've made a beer choice and a spirit choice. Now, I want something malty to go with this, and slightly strong, but not. I wouldn't go as far as a stout. You want something slightly more subtle, and the beer I've chosen to go with this is a brown ale. I've chosen Mann's Brown Ale. It used to be made by a brewery in London called Mann and Crossman's. It's now made by Whitbreads. It's a very good quality brown ale, and it's a very good alternative to Newcastle Brown Ale. It's got some nice characteristics, but carrying on the malt theme, I wanted something a slightly lighter beer than that. So I have chosen an Italian beer, and I have chosen Peroni Doppio Malto Gran Reserva. Now this is an absolutely superb Italian beer one of the finest beers that the Italians make, and it would provide some nice contrasts with the flavours of the Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding. Or another good alternative would be a dark bitter. A dark bitter would go very well with this. And the spirit choice, now I've chosen a whiskey again, but I didn't want to choose a malt whiskey this time. I've chosen a blended whiskey. I've chosen something a bit off the beaten track, really. Something you don't see very often, not in this country anyway. And that is something that's slightly lighter, but it's got some nice tones, and that is Ballynickel Java. It's a very good quality blended whiskey. Blended whiskies get a bad press because some of them are bloody awful, but this is very nice. It's blended in Leith in Edinburgh, where it's a suburb of Edinburgh, and it's very good stuff. This is a fresh bottle. I really like this stuff. All in all, I'd say yes, buy it. It's definitely worth a punt. Alright, it's always good to do a review. You always find something new. And thanks to Giovanni definitely when I think I have. If I could have this in my rotation regularly, I would. But it's impossible to get here, and I have to rely on trades from America to get it. But I will be trying to get some more. Definitely. I wouldn't mind a couple of tins of this in my cellar. Oh well, see ya.